Hi, welcome to American Dream Vacation. My name is Virgil and I'll be doing your orientation on Unit 1844, Travel Trailer. First we're going to start with the propane bottles here. You have two propane bottles here, and as you can see, you have a selector switch over here. If you flip it to the left or to the right, that's the bottle you'd be feeding from. And you just need to make sure your bottles are open. When one is empty, just go ahead and close it off and then flip it over to the next bottle that you're going to be using. You have a power tongue jack here, and it's got two switches. One is for the light, and the other one makes the jack come up and down. And this is actually an access to get in there to crank this off of your hitch in the event that this motor failed, and you can do it manually, get it off of there. Also, you have your battery here, and then we have some equalizer saddle straps on the side here. And there is a propane cover that goes over here, but I just took it off just so you can see this. And this does require a 2 5/16 inch ball, and you will need a 7-round connection on the back of your tow vehicle. Okay, and then you have, of course, your safety chains. Over here we have a cover that covers your window on the very front of the trailer here, if you would like to have that open. And of course, don't have that open driving down the road because the wind will catch that and damage it. Right here you have a button that lowers your stabilizer jacks. Now notice I said stabilizer. These aren't leveling jacks. This will not level the trailer. You need to level the trailer with the power tongue jack up front, and once it's level, then you lower your stabilizer jacks and you just lower them and snug them on the ground. If you're going to be parking in some grass or a soft surface, you really should put down a piece of wood first before you lower the jack onto that. And this is the button here that makes those jacks go up and down here. Okay. Over here you just have a storage compartment inside of here, and then you have these latches here that hold those open. If you'll notice, you also have a power awning on here, and then we'll go over that a little later. On the door here you have this little attachment here that hooks in here, and it holds the door open so the wind won't catch it. So one thing on these doors, they all have a screen door and it separates. So if you want to have this door open when the weather gets nice, and then you can have the screen door closed. This trailer does happen to have two doors. It has one for the bedroom, and then it has one for the main living area there. Okay? Let's talk keys here. This black handle key right here will lock and unlock these locks on here. You have two keys for the doors. The purple one opens the main door, and the black handle key opens the bedroom door. And then you have this other black handle here. This is a 751 key. It opens the compartments around the side here. This key also opens up everybody's compartments on most RVs and travel trailers, so be careful that you won't lose any of your items because everybody has one of these keys. And you also have this grab rail. To make this work, you lift up on it and you swing it over this way, and it also gives you a little bit more stability when you're going in and out of the trailer. You have these steps here, and the way these steps work, the first thing you do is you flip this one over, you lift this one over here, and then you grab the bottom, you pick up on it, and you push it in place. And make sure you keep your fingers back so you won't get them pinched. And that's basically how you would close the steps there. Okay? I'll put this railing back here. Over here, you have a sewer tank flush. Basically, what happens is you can hook a water hose on here, and then the power water will flush your black tank, and it flushes out any of the waste out of the tank when you're about to dump it, or after you've dumped it. That's what that's for. Over here, this is a cable TV hookup. If you have cable at your campground or at your house or wherever you are, you can screw onto that, and then you have access to the cable. And over here you have electrical outlets right here. Okay. Same thing with the steps over here. We talked about the key. The key for this door, we talked about that, is the purple key, and you have the same rail in here. The steps work the same way. Over here you have the vent for your refrigerator. That's what these are. There's no reason to go in there. That's just where we go in and do maintenance. And then you have some stereo speakers over here. Okay. Right here you have this railing. Some trailers come with the outside gas grill, and if it does, then it would slide on here, and then you have a quick connect for the propane. It would just hook right onto your grill, and you'd be able to cook right outside here. And then you have your window here in the kitchen area, and then you have your vent. So if you have the stove exhaust vent going, you need to make sure you have this open so the exhaust can come out of there. This is the back side of the furnace, and this is on here, and this does get hot, but this is on here to keep mud daubers from going in there and making a nest. This is the back side of the hot water heater, and it says hot, and it does get hot. When you turn this on, it works on either gas or propane, and it takes about 20 minutes before you have hot water once you turn this on. And as you start using hot water, it's automatically pulled back into this tank, so there's no real filling up the tank, nothing like that. It does it automatically. And then this button here is basically the same as the front. It's for the stabilizer jack underneath there, and it makes it come down as we talked about. Over here you also have a refrigerator here, and this works off of electricity, okay? Over here we have an outside shower where you have hot and cold water, and then you have another cable hookup or satellite TV over here as well. Over here you have your city water connection. You have your water hose, and the way this would work is this end of the hose that does not have the regulator attached, this is the way this works. This goes into there, and the other end of the hose goes onto the faucet. And you want this set up this way. So if you see one set up a different way, this is how you need to set this whole thing up, because this is a proper way to do this. This regulator is going to regulate the amount of water coming in through the hose and going into the RV. And that's what that is for there. This is where you fill up your freshwater tank. So once again, you disconnect your hose from here, you open this cap up, and you stick it in there, and you start filling up your freshwater tank, okay? This right here is for winterization of the unit, and you shouldn't have to worry about that. We do those things here, but that's what that's for, okay? And you have your spare tire on the back here. It's a full-size spare tire, and you have this ladder. This ladder is for us to go up top and do maintenance. There's nothing up there. There's no storage up there. There's no reason for you to be up there, just for us to go up there and do maintenance. All right, you have a 25-foot long 50 amp cord. So right now we're plugged into 30 amps. So what we've done here, let's disconnect this. This is what 50 amps looks like. It's a 4-prong connector. And this is a reducer. And you plug in your 50 amp into that, and it reduces it down to 30 amps. That's what 30 amps look like. And then we've got this adapter here that would go on here to reduce it even further, and then that would make it 15 amps. So 50 amps means you can run both air conditioners at the same time if you have 50 amp power. If you only have 30 amps, then you would put this adapter on there, and you'd be using this end, and you can only run one air conditioner. If you put this on, you can't run any air conditioners because this reduces it to 15 amps. The air conditioner has to have at least 30 amps. The only thing you can use this for is for keeping your battery charged, running your refrigerator. You can use everything else inside except for the air conditioner, okay? That's what this is all set up. All right. And this is where you plug in your 50 amp power cord. And if you don't remember, it says it right there, 50 amps. And this is 110, folks, not 220. A lot of people have plugged RVs into 220, and you burn up everything inside when you do that. So it's 110 power, not 220. Okay. Then you got your slide out over here, and then this is a slide out as well. So over here on this end, we've got 2 dump valves on this RV. We have one for the galley, and then we have one for the main dumping tank. So if you look up under here, you can see it says galley tank. So that tells you right there. So basically what you do is you would take your sewer hose that comes with the RV, you take that cap off, and you twist and lock it on, and then you make sure this end is secure and the other end is secure at your campsite or wherever you're dumping. And once you have it secure, you're going to pull that valve right there, and that is going to dump the sewer. That's going to dump that out of there. Once it's done, you close it, shake your hose a little bit, and then you take it off. And then you have another one over here. It's a little further down here. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. That one is your galley, and that one basically is going to be dumping the stuff from your kitchen area. You know, because you're going to fill up a separate tank just for your kitchen. This is the one that has your black tank and your gray tank on it here. You notice there's 2 valves. This big one here, this one's black and this one's gray. This is the toilet, and this is the sink and the shower. Same principle, you take your hose, you uncap it, you put it on, you twist and lock it, and you pull the black valve. All your toilet waste runs out. Once it's done, you close it, you shake your hose a little bit, and then you open up the gray one. And the gray one, and the gray water from the sink and the shower is going to rinse out all of the toilet waste from your sewer hose. If you're at a campground and you have this hooked up full time, make sure you leave these valves closed all the time, because the black water or the waste won't flow freely through the hose. You have to let the pressure build up, and then you go out and you dump it as needed. Okay? All right. Once you're done, take your sewer hose away and then recap it. And then over here, we've got another storage space here, and this little attachment here, and then you have some levelers here, and then you have a big leveler on the front here to see if your trailer is level. Okay? All right. And that concludes the outside of the RV. Thank you.